Good afternoon, YouTubers. T-Square here with T-Square Talk. So I was cleaning out a bunch of rooms. Some of y'all know, if you've been following the channel for a long time, I've got a lot of junk. I'm borderline hoarder. I hate to say that. Prepper, hoarder, stacker, whatever you want to call it. A bunch of different names. And I stumbled across this box of pennies, except it's not pennies. And I think you guys will get a kick out of what's in there. One thing we're going to talk a little bit about today, I was going to actually talk about something else, about how much silver goes into food and manufacturing and all that, based on a comment that I just read a few minutes ago. But then I decided, we're going to talk a little bit about getting your stack in order, having a plan. I think it's important that you have order. Otherwise, mistakes can happen. For example, who knows? I could end up getting rid of this box of pennies, and it's not pennies. You're going to see in just a second what's in here. If you guys enjoy this video, please make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys think of this video. I do a lot of different topics. Mostly it revolves around silver, but I try to answer questions or talk about problems and stuff that I've had or that I could see happening. I've actually made mistakes in my silver stacking. I've talked about it before, where I was putting silver coins in actual paper rolls, and I accidentally cashed a bunch in. Was it a dumb mistake? It was. I have beat myself up over. I had some close friends send me videos. I got a really funny video from Silver Stacker that got a video that he had made that somebody sent me, and about someone cashing in a bunch of silver. And I've made mistakes. And when I was cleaning out, I kind of kicked this box over because it was just a box of pennies, and I said, wait a minute, why is that even here? That shouldn't be in this area. The reason I have so many pennies, if you guys have been following the channel, in 2019, I drove up to New England and bought literally over $1,000 of 2017 P's. Uncirculated rolls. I pick up a lot of pennies from the north where you can find some really cool pennies. And then sometimes if it's junk, I'll throw it in the corner and deal with it another day. And if it's 17s, I'll put it in one area. And if it's what this is, it definitely should not have been in that area. So everybody's wondering right now, what could it be? And some people are already like, oh my word. And if New Marshall's watching this, I know New Marshall is laughing because he, of all people, knows my dealings with pennies. Sometimes when I pick up collections, I just got to put them in something to carry them. And, oh, hey, I got a box right here. You can have this box. And then I get busy. I forget about it. I never inventory it. Never really do anything with it. And then it becomes like this. Lost to civilization. So we're going to take a little look. I think it's important that people do. I'm wondering if these are full too. Ooh, that's kind of cool. We'll kind of go through some of this stuff. I actually had a subscriber ask me, hey, how about doing a full stack video? I don't even think I could find my full stack. I'm a disorganized person. I ain't going to lie. I do have some locations where I keep a lot of my good stuff. It would be a lot of work for me to do a full stack video. I've been stacking for a long time. This is just a pickup one day. Someone needed some money, picked it all up. What is this? This is a nice little, just a 10-ounce bar. You guys may have seen some of this over time. Who knows? I don't know if I showed it back years ago or what. I don't even know how long it's been here in this location. Let's see what all we got here. If you guys have been stacking for a long time, you guys know what it's like to pick up stuff and you've got it. It's sound money. You hold it. Some of these I'm going to probably put in nice little capsules and then put them in a nice holder. Some of them I'll probably put in tubes like this. But the tubes I like to keep when they're all matching, when everything is the same. It's my true precious collection. This was not bought when I bought this to be part of my personal precious collection, although this right here, this will be. I kind of like that. Nice little 10-ounce bar. A lot of people like the Lion bars, the Scottsdale, so that I will add to my personal stuff. We got a 1 ounce At Max. That's kind of cool there. What is that? Some kind of year of the monkey. Pretty nice there. A lot of people like looking at the silver. I recommend people get their stuff in as much order as they can. I will tell you from experience, when the price shot up to almost $30, that was spot price shot up to almost $30. It instilled kind of a panic in me. A panic of, oh my word, it's happening. It's exploding right now. I don't want to be late. I got to get my stuff in order. How much do I think my collection's worth? Oh my word, I don't know where it all is. I've got it spread out. It's something I've been working on, especially because I've been dealing with my personal issues, I guess you could say. I'll call it borderline hoarding. And dealing with that, and in return, trying to get rid of stuff that I just don't need anymore, trying to bring order to my life. I really want to move, go to a new property, kind of live out in the wilderness a little bit, away from huge amounts of people. I do have a belief that when society really starts to break down and go crazy, you're gonna essentially, people are gonna look at you differently. You're gonna have, they're not gonna. And if that's the case, there's an old saying, I wouldn't want to be a have when everybody else is a have not. It's nice to have all your needs covered, but on the flip side of that, it does become a vulnerability a little bit. That drives me nuts when they start toning like that. Only because a lot of people will be like, how do I know it's not copper under there? It looks like copper. You can tell by the sound. You can tell if you've been stacking for a long time. A lot of different stuff. That's one of the cool things about this box. When I stumbled across it, I said, man, this will make a cool video. So, a lot of different stuff. Did they say the year on here? They just say year of the boar. I wish they said what year it was. Do they say somewhere? Nope, year of the boar. I don't know what year the boar was or the monkey was or any of that stuff. Got a lot of older stuff. There's 82. I mean, there's people that were stacking in 1982. It's crazy. The amount of comments that I had when I did that video about who's going to pay the $100 silver. A lot of comments came in saying, I remember when gas was a quarter. Who would have ever guessed $5? And who would ever guess silver would go to 25 when it was 4? The cheapest I've seen someone write that they paid, I saw someone say they paid $4 and I think it was 95 cents or $3.95 for an ounce of silver. That was in the 60s, I think, 60s or 70s. I'll bet you there was a time when this stuff was just everywhere. I've heard stories of people having 100-ounce bars at doorstop. Some pretty nice stuff, to be honest, in here. I'm surprised that it didn't the box never got broken down, but it could have been I picked up the stuff and then had to make a vacation or a trip or left town for something and just kind of had to hide it and hid it so well that I lost it. But you never really lose it. It's there unless you cash it in as a box of pennies. That would be devastating. I like these. These are pretty cool. The Krugerrands, but the silver Krugerrands. Kind of just showing. Same with, I remember when, I don't see his comments much anymore. He's on the Discord page. Michael gave me a hard time because he had seen my prepping area. And he's like, dude, that is so disorganized. He ended up convincing me to buy some beautiful shelves and redo everything. And now if anybody does ever get to see it, I don't really show certain things on YouTube. That's one of the things that I don't show, is my prepping unit, because it's a wow. A few people that I've shown don't know the location of it and the unit number, so they're like, eh. But when they see it, they're like, holy smokes, dude, do you have a problem? Or I said, well, I'm hoping I never do. But really nice coins, I think. Some pretty cool stuff. I'm kind of glad that I did stumble on this. Definitely gonna swap some of this stuff around. And People's Bullion, as a company I used to order from before I started ordering from Provident. Before I started ordering from Universal Coin and Bullion, I used to use Provident Metals when I first got started. Until they sold their company, they were my favorite bullion dealer. I could literally name all the 4 girls that worked there answering the phone. But once they sold the company off and the deals kind of slowed down, then I said, no, I need to have good deals for myself. And ultimately, I want to see good deals for my subscribers. Let's see, what is that? Okay, just a silver, ounce of silver. That's kind of weird looking, that one. I don't even know if I ever tested any of these. Might have to test them all too, because they're so old. They, you know, when it's old silver, they look a little different. They sound a little different. For those of you that don't know, if you've been stacking for a while, the ping test or the noise test only works on certain silver. Just because it's 1 ounce of silver does not mean that it's pure in some cases. If it says 999, it should be 999. What does that say? It looks like 999. Oh, plus. Okay. I was like, does it say 9994? 1981. Yeah, these are some oldies. A lot of oldies here. I know some people just like looking at the different types of rounds, the different designs. They weren't as cool back then as they are today when you look at the coins today. The rounds today, to me, are just incredible, I think. You just have a really cool, kind of like this one. This one I pulled from my side stack over here. That's the Julius Caesar. That beautiful. That's the rounds of today. We have definitely came a long way. But at the end of the day, this ounce of silver is still an ounce of silver. And some people like these older designs, I guess. They're like, oh, that's a 1981. Those are old designs. You don't see them anymore. I was actually talking to Grizzman, who's a follower of the channel. He follows us on Discord. If you guys want, check out our Discord page and check that out. But he was telling me how the olds bars do really well. I had a lot of people say they really liked this bar that I showed in yesterday's video. That it's the old design from back in the day. And then it has that tarnished look. I kind of prefer the shiny look. Some people like the tarnished look. I've got some American Silver Eagles that have turned like rainbow coloring. It's crazy. And then you look at the backside and it looks like a regular new eagle. So I'm like, whoa, that's weird. Peace on Earth, I think it says. Yeah. So pretty cool there. Just some different ones. What's that? Maple? Maple. Kind of fixing to do an inventory and account on this stuff. And keep the good stuff that I like. Trade off the stuff I don't. A lot of people like these. I've always been a fan of these. I've always wanted to do like a table or a picture frame and put like 50 of them. And then some kind of plastic over it. And then an epoxy. But what I probably have to do is put it in a capsule like this. That way it will keep the coin good. And then put an epoxy over it. I say that because a lady that is a bank manager that I am good friends with, she, when she was a younger, I'll say a young girl, I guess, she had first gone into the banking business and she worked for a big bank. She was, I'll say, essentially just a teller, really a nobody important at the bank at the time. And there was a clock on the wall, and she had asked her boss for it. And when they were closing the bank down, and the guy said, here you go, keep it. enjoy. And it had a bunch of silver dollars from the 1800s in it. But when I seen it, she brought it in. She showed it to me one day. She wanted me to give my opinion on it. I did a YouTube video on it. I'll see if I can put a link below. So if you guys want to watch that video, you can. But the problem, it looked like they were all epoxied in it. We're talking from the 1800s. We don't know if there was any kind of a separation that separated the essentially, what were they back then? I don't even think they were Morgans. They were way back. So it's pretty crazy. I don't really like that one. That's beat up. I know it's worth an ounce of silver, though. It'll probably be one I trade off. Some of these I'm just going to trade off, throw in a junk silver bin, and just try to get like whatever I can get for them. That's silver price. You know what I mean? Maybe if I sell them like $1 over spot or something. Or trade them. I'd like to trade them in and get something nicer. Sometimes people are looking to sell pretty fancy stuff that they've picked up. And some of this is fancy. And, you know, people need money all the time, especially with the economy slumping. That's why I always tell people you should never... Oh, that's a peace dollar. That's why I tell people you should never take some crazy price for your silver. Another peace dollar there. Might be a few peace dollars now. I'm looking at. Getting to what looks like the less fancy stuff. Buffalo, man, there are a lot of different buffalo designs out there. You know, I totally lost track of the talk for the day. It's more just showing all the different coins. But the thing I want you to take from this, besides, wow, there's some awesome coins out there, some awesome rounds out there, especially these old ones, is have a plan, get your stuff in order. If something happened overnight and I had to evacuate, I would have to leave behind a lot of stuff. Because one, well, this box right here, I wouldn't have even known about it. I don't like that one. Don't like that one. I don't know. Struck in the United States of America. It doesn't look U.S. That's why I was like, I don't like that one. I'm not even going to say what that symbol looks like. Looks like something out of World War I. But let's see. What else do we got here? We're running out, finally. I didn't even count. I should have counted them. Should have counted how many there were. There's a lot. I definitely don't like these ones. Oh, that's, some people will like that one. That's an actual Morgan. A Morgan from 1920. So that's probably a late year Morgan. And maybe they were Morgans in the 1800s in that clock. But I'm going to see if I can find the video tonight. And if I can find the video, I'm going to link it underneath. So you guys can, after you finish watching this video, you can actually click on that link and go check out that video. Because it was a crazy looking clock. And the fact that she got it for free was pretty insane. I remember her telling me, just don't put my picture in it. I don't want people to see who I am. But she ended up talking a little bit, told her story, I think. I'm pretty sure she did. It was an early video. Back then, I think I only had a couple hundred subscribers and nobody watched the video. But then again, there might be someone out there that's watching this video right now saying, I remember when you posted that. I got a couple rolls of silver dimes by the looks of it. Nothing special. They look like regular. I'm hoping they're silver dimes. Make sure here. I don't like silver dimes, honestly. I don't really like 90% silver anymore. I've outgrown it a little bit. Maybe you could say my stack has gotten to the point where it's not a huge item for me. Yep, all silver. I'm happy when I can get rid of it and trade it in for something better, especially since I've had mistakes. In fact, this would be a prime example of a mistake that I had, except it wasn't just one roll. It was a bunch of halves and quarters that, oh, that's a roll, cash that in. And that was a pretty devastating mistake. Let's take a quick look. I know these are all going to be silver, but see, this drives me nuts when stuff looks like this. Yeah, that I don't like. I'm going to definitely have to test some of this stuff. I mean, let's see here. I've had it for a while, so let's see. Yeah, nothing in these tubes that look in any way appealing. To me, at least. A lot of older stuff. But silver's silver, right, guys? So, with that being said, I got some more ounces to add to the stack. Even if I will trade off some. This I'm definitely keeping. Let me know what you think your favorite thing is out of all this. You like the old Morgans, the old peace dollars? Was there a round that just really took your eyes? Did you like this the best? This is probably my favorite right here. That I'll probably keep for myself. This was interesting, this top one. GSM, I'll have to look up what that is. It almost looks fake because there's no detail. But back in the old days, they didn't have the detail that we have. 999 fine silver. Looks like fro ounce. Oh, one